Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live on the LI Sports Network. We're at the Clark Gillies Arena for a New York Islanders High School Hockey League varsity matchup between the Half Hollow Hills Hornets and the East Meadow, Levittown, Hicksville Ice Falcons. Travis Quigley here to take you through the call. Going to apologize right off the bat for you, ladies and gentlemen. You see a black screen. That's not how we planned on delivering the game for you guys tonight. We're having some technical difficulties with our camera, getting that worked on right now. We'll have that fixed briefly, and we'll have the correct coverage for you. In the meantime, I'll take you through a radio call. It's the Hills Hornets who win the opening draw. They're going left to right on your dial. It's the Falcons going right to left, pass out to the slot. It's intercepted by the Falcons. Hills take it right back, pass out front. Wheeler all alone, has a chance right here. Can't get a shot through, delivers it back to the slot. It's free, and the Falcons will clear the zone. Hornets wearing the white uniforms, red shoulder caps, red numbers and nameplates on the back of the jerseys. Falcons in the blue uniforms with the orange shoulder caps, orange and white stripes, white numbers. Wheeler comes in wide on the right-hand side. Blocker save made. Tonight's starting netminder Thomas Primrose for East Meadow. Solomon's pass hits the side of the net. It pops into the slot one more time for the Hornets. Nothing there as Menexis couldn't keep the handle. Menexis will hold it in the zone. Now it's pulled off the boards by Phillips. Couldn't clear. That goes out front, but jumps over the stick of Wheeler. Jet Lucas takes it away from Primrose as he was trying to cover it up. Menexis settles it down after receiving the pass. Rolls to the middle of the ice, gets the stick lifted, and will have to retreat to the red line where he'll regroup. Menexis beats two forecheckers, now takes on both defenders, splitting through on the backhand, denied. Net comes off. We'll get our first stoppage of the game. Couple shots early on here for East Meadow. Netminder Thomas Primrose getting his 6th start of the season. Left of Primrose, and it's the Hornets who win the faceoff. They'll keep the puck in. It's Patsalos to the goal line for Mossbacker around the cage. Josh Mossbacker rolls to the top of the circle. A backhander hits the post. Pass through the slot. It doesn't go, and then Bartow's going to keep the line. Ends up behind the net of Primrose. Looking to break it out is Llewellyn. It's kept in. Now a shot is blocked by Menachino. Back up the boards to Colin Gorey, and as promised, folks, there's our camera for you guys at home. Picture perfect the rest of the way through, we hope, as it's East Meadow looking to get their first shot opportunity. Instead, it's Half Hollow Hills breaking out with numbers. Pass to the outside. Patsalos on the backhander. No go there. Primrose with the save. Patsalos gets it right back, dangles through. Nifty mitts. Continues to dance with the puck before it's swept away by Jaden Cruz. Pass up top to the point. Rosengold off the wall, down low. Half boards. Cross for Leonard. Leonard returns it. Rayo looking for Mossbacker. Doesn't make it there. Out of the zone come East Meadow. Gorey backhands it in, getting some help from Menachino. He'll take a bump in the corner. Ends up behind the net of Tell. Out to the slot. Shaffron fires over the net. Ramped up a stick on the way. Almost another opportunity for Shaffron. Popped through his skates. Out of the zone, Patsalos. He's slowed up by Shaffron. Ice Falcon's going to go offside. Nothing through the first 3 and change here at the Clark Gillies Arena, Dix Hills Park. Puck is cleared out by Half Hollow Hills. It's going to be thrown right back in by Miko Maya. Shaffron's going to be F1 on the forecheck. It's in behind the net. Battle commences 2-on-2. It's Half Hollow Hills who will steer it out of the zone. Big kick off the boards. And icing as it goes all the way down. Ozone draw for the Ice Falcons. 11:19 to go in the first period. Hornets win it. High flip out to neutral ice, trying to catch up was Joe Fazio. Was unable to keep possession. And back in comes Phillips. He took a check, which knocked him off the puck. Lemke plays it around. Looking to touch it to the middle. It's broken up there. Now it's steered out to Fazio. He'll slide it across. Chance here, Manfredi. Denied. Covered up. No rebound at all there from Primrose. Right of Primrose. Coming through the circle was Cruz. It's stuck up there, out through the front, and it goes under the stick of Llewellyn. Lucas keeping possession. Rolls the goal line. Drops it off. Menexis fires, and Primrose with the glove stop. Left of Primrose again here. Draws one to the boards. Dish to Shaffron. Max Shaffron is going to roll to the middle off the wall and kick it right back to Menachino. Menachino pokes it in, gets on the forecheck. Menachino takes a check down low. Ice Falcons swarming the puck, but it's the Hornets who come out with it. And a long pass for Wheeler. He gets a touch, so it won't be an icing. Right on net, and it's played right out. Clearing the zone, Maya looking long for Cruz. He takes a check as he's able to chip it in past Solomon. Solomon wraps it around to the weak side. Ice Falcons on the keep-in. Wheeler working hard to try to clear the zone. Getting some help from Lemke now, but it's Shaffron who takes it off the boards. His pass broken up by Lemke. Reversal, D to D. Jet Lucas is springing the zone. Pass played short instead to Menexis. Hits Wheeler. Wheeler opens up the hips, protecting the puck. Now out to the slot, pass blocked. Still with the Hornets. Menexis spins. Looking for Wheeler, blocked again. This time it's Menachino. Menexis keeps possession. He'll turn and shoot off the noggin. Great stop there. Menexis momentarily kept it in. He's got to wait. Wheeler tags back in 3-on-3. Drops it outside. Wheeler with speed. Wheeler to the net. Out front for Menexis. Pass under his tape. 3-on-2 the other way. Ice Falcons are coming. Over the line. Wrist shot blocked for Menachino. Through the seam, Shaffron, one-time blast, save made, rebound, big pop off the wall, back at the net. Chance here through the blue paint, but wouldn't go. Out come Half Hollow Hills. Drop pass to Menexis, drags and shoots, stick save, rebound, another one, 2 in a row. Out come East Meadow. Pass to Shaffron just behind him. Continues to work for it, able to chip it in. Now he can head off for a line change. Fresh skaters out there for East Meadow. Patsalos, middle for Mossbacker. Mossbacker in with a snapshot, blocked. Harry Whitman in the lane there. Mossbacker collects it again, drags middle, blocked once more. This time it was Maya, still with the Hornets. That shot deflects over the net. Patsalos scoops it up, taking it to the cage. On the backhand try, he is denied. A whistle with 7:56 to go in the first period. Take a look at that stop here. Stick save. Not an easy one, and then the rebound gets across for 2. Finally got a stoppage after he took that shot in the mask, so able to take it off, adjust. And we're ready to get back to the action. One to the boards, flipped out immediately by Urso. Half Hollow look to reset. Thrown long, icing will be called. Shots in the early going, 6-2 in favor of Half Hollow Hills. Hornets, another successful face-off win. Played up the strong side and walking it right off the wall is Manfredi. Manfredi's over the blue line, splitting through. Manfredi to his forehand, can't get the shot off. Wrapped back around to the weak side by Llewellyn. Menachino's going to get there first, takes a chop at it and clears the zone. Fazio will possess and swings it back. Stretched out and just missing the tape there of Winsky was Leonard. Fazio circling back through neutral ice and now over the blue line. Continuing wide, takes a check from Llewellyn. Another one. They continue one-on-one against the wall. Now swooping in to collect his Urso. He takes a big hit there from Winsky. Menachino on the poke. Now it's passed up to the point. A D-to-D look for Rosengold. Rosengold off the wall, just puts it to the corner. Winsky drops it behind his back off the boards. Now out to the high slot. It's Manfredi. Manfredi circles looking for space. Off to the corner. Menachino defending tight. In to collect, Ashton Phillips wraps it around. Rosengold to hold the blue line, got to the boards in time. Back around to the far side now. Wisaki to the half wall. Delayed penalty on the play here. This goes out to the slot, touched up by East Meadow, and a power play incoming for Half Hollow Hills. This is the only varsity game on the schedule tonight. As the Hornets win the draw and set things up. Solomon backs up to the boards, hits Lucas with a straight lane to the net, walks in, shoots, he scores! Jet Lucas pops the bottle on the power play. 1-0 for Half Hollow Hills. Quick puck movement, and it's Lucas going short side. Caught Primrose leaning just a bit, and he puts it upstairs. 1-0 lead for the Hornets off the back of that power play goal from Jet Lucas. They're right back in with another chance. They score again. This time it's Jonathan Wheeler, and it's 2-0 for Hills. Right off the draw, a quick pass across to Wheeler. One stick handle and fires it low to the blocker side, and it's a 2-0 lead. Wheeler put that puck in the perfect spot. Hardest spot for a netminder to make this save is right where Wheeler put it. Such a fine margin, and it's 2-0 for the Hornets as they score 2 goals in 9 seconds. And they're right back in as Lucas jumps over his twig. He'll settle down, hit Solomon. Pad stop on the wrister there. Got it with the right leg. Wheeler on the keep in. His pass is blocked. Solomon lost his footing but holds the line. Now it's cleared out. Taking pressure at the red was Jaden Cruz from Lucas. Lucas going to squeeze through a check and slides it middle to Menexis. Menexis on the outside. Toe drag. What a move. He scores! Peter Menexis with a silky toe drag. And he pots it home to make it 3-0 for Half Hollow Hills. Three goals in 57 seconds. And the Hornets have flipped this first period upside down, made it through the first half of it with no goals. And just like that, they're up by 3, and Wheeler driving in with pace, goes back door. What a stop, Primrose in the splits. Incredible. Lucas from behind the net, gonna walk it out. Up to the point for Bartow, and it jumps over the twig, couldn't keep it in. Back out with speed, Harry Whitman shoots it right on net, off the shoulder of Tell, came back out. Rebound scooped by the Hornets as they look to clear the zone. Menexis one-hands it into neutral ice and recollects. Driving wide, Menexis drops it off for Wheeler. On his backhand, no shot. Broken up by Maya. Wheeler going to split back through into the high slot. He's dumped to the ice. Mossbacker turns and shoots and hits the post. Menexis digs it out off the wall, looking back door to Wheeler. Didn't make it there. Cleared all the way out. Icing called. Let's get another look at that save from Thomas Primrose because it was beautiful. Wheeler fending off some pressure, gets back into the zone. And the 2-on-1 opportunity dished across, and Primrose says no. Near side dot for the faceoff. Schafrin will stretch it out for Cruz. Cruz getting wide. Schafrin driving the net. Look for him in the middle, and it's broken up. Pass was read there by Matt Leonard, and now it's pushed back in by Patsalos. Petros Patsalos with the puck. He'll drag into the high slot. Curls back to the boards and drops it off to Mossbacker. Schafrin intercepts, takes it away, and is wheeling ahead, but Leonard on the poke check wins possession back for the Hornets. Puts it around Menachino, collects, and his pass hits the side of the cage. Mossbacker intercepts, and his shot gets blocked. Second try goes wide. That time from Rayo. Stretch pass, Leonard got a piece, and now it's dished ahead for Schafrin. Went through his skates. Gonna have to recollect in the corner. Was looking to the slot with it. That was broken up. And now skated out by Bartow. Knocked off Bartow's stick by Menachino. 2:40 to go here in the first period. Rayo lost it in the skates of his teammate Patsalos. It kicks over to Schafrin now, who's over the blue. Schafrin with a snapshot on goal. He scores! Max Schafrin lets that one fly, and it squeaks through. And East Meadow make it 3-1. We're on the far side of the ice. Not that easy to see from our angle as the shot went through, and Schafrin, Statue of Liberty, Selly to let everybody know it's a goal. East Meadow on the board. Big goal late in the first. Cuts the deficit down to 2. Hornets win the draw right through the middle to Fazio. Fazio to Winsky over the line. Winsky lets it fly. Glove save. Rebound kicks out, and it's flipped long by Miko Maya. Going to go on net of Tell, so won't be an icing. Tell is going to leave this one out. Quick pass to Manfredi from Wisaki. Manfredi's pinched on the wall. Ice Falcons with some jump after scoring that goal, but now a penalty going to be called here. Arm up from the official, and it's going to be on the Ice Falcons. Hornets going to go on the power play as Tell racing to the net for an extra skater on this delayed call. Manfredi stops up with the puck. His Tell's on the bench, and Wheeler jumps out for him. Rosengold retreats with possession and now hits Wysocki. Wysocki to Fazio over the line onside. A quick head fake. Curls up on the boards, looking slot. It kicks back door. Shot saved. Rebound covered up. .121 to go in the first. Hornets going back on the power play. Already 1 for 1 tonight. Can they make it 2 for 2? Whitman 2 for tripping. Wheeler and Shafrin. Wheeler wins it. Lucas back to Solomon. Solomon across for Menexis. Sauced over to Lucas, goes under his stick. And Menachino races over and sends it 200 feet. Tell will play it out. And it's Solomon who leads the breakout, starting behind his own net, final minute of the first. Left it there for Menexis, who's going to buzz. Peter Menexis. Lots of pace into the zone. Briefly knocked off his stick, but recovers it. Now to Fazio. Fazio through the seam for Wheeler. Wheeler settles. Now to Fazio once more. With space. Fazio back behind the net. Drops it off to Jet Lucas. Now to Wheeler. 35 seconds left in the first. Wheeler settling it down. Across the seam again. Big kick off the wall, and Solomon's there for Fazio. Unsuccessful redirection, but a one-time blast from Wheeler, and he scores. The Hornets' power play stays perfect. Jonathan Wheeler gets his second of the night, and it's 4-1. You're not going to see many pucks shot harder than that in the varsity division across Long Island, as Wheeler got a hold of that one. 4-1 lead for the Hornets. Wheeler back in, dangles through, can't get the pass off. Now it hits the side of the net, and Shafrin's going to collect with 12 seconds. Plenty of time to get a shot through. 3-on-2 look for Shafrin, trying to cut middle over the blue. Knocked off his stick. Lucas on the back check, pushes to the boards. Back for Shafrin. One last attempt. Turn and fire. Tell safe. Rebound won't go. Time expires. After 15 minutes of hockey, the Hornets lead 4-1. Shots 12-5 after the first. Nothing through the first 8 minutes, and then half hollow. Roll out 3 goals in 57 seconds. Jet Lucas, Jonathan Wheeler, then Peter Menexis. Max Shafrin responds for the Falcons with 2:20 remaining in the first period. But then a penalty called on Harry Whitman. So the Hornets go back on the power play. Their opening goal, Jet Lucas was on the power play, and Jonathan Wheeler's second of the night with 24 to go in the first, also on the power play. And half hollow head to break, up 4-1. We'll take a quick pause. We'll return in just a moment here on the LI Sports Network. Period 2's a go here on the LI Sports Network. Hornets up 4-1, and they're right back on the attack to kick off this middle frame. It's Mossbacher reeling around and cycling it deep now. Rolling back up top, Petros Patsalos knocked off his twig, and it's dished out to Shafrin. Shafrin potential 2-on-1. Shafrin's pass broken up by Leonard. Bartow clears the zone. Ice Falcons got a tag up. Leonard's pass intercepted, but Mossbacher's there to poke it in deep. Battle at the blue line continues, and now Mossbacher finally able to settle it. Cuts in, poke checked away, but over the line with a wrist shot for Half Hollow's Adrian Rayo, pushed aside by Primrose. Up top, Patsalos walks in with a chance on the forehand. Shoots, and he's denied. Stopped up underneath the pad of Thomas Primrose. A 4-1 lead for the Hornets. 2 goals on the power play in the first period. 1 from Jet Lucas, 1 from Jonathan Wheeler, his second of the night. Wheeler's got 2, Lucas with 1, Menexis with 1. Max Shafrin, the goal scorer for East Meadow. And this Hills power play has been lethal here this season. 40% on the power play. You don't see numbers like that anywhere, as Rosengold stops Shafrin on the one-on-one with the slick poke check there. He's going to send it long, bouncing puck. End up being a breakaway here to the backhand. No go! Glove save! Another chance here for the Hornets. Second try, they score! Manfredi buries to make it 5-1. Primrose made the stop on the initial breakaway. It came back out front for him, and Manfredi was there. It was Rosengold who cleared it initially. The stop, first try on Winsky. Winsky puts it back into the slot. Manfredi gets there, gets a mini break for himself, and goes backhand forehand on Primrose, who is still in the process of trying to recover. And it's 5-1 for Half Hollow Hills. Hornets put the puck into the zone, and with a chance here at numbers, but nobody home for the pass in the high slot. Wheeler intercepts one at neutral ice. He's going to carry in, dangles through. Trying to dangle again, broken up, but it goes back door. They score! 2 quick goals again for Half Hollow. And it's 6-1 now. Wheeler, one dangle move. Goes for the second, but he stopped up. But he stayed with it, and it popped free out back door to Winsky. And he puts it upstairs to increase the lead. 6-1 now for the Hornets. Shot on goal. Glove save by Tell. Keeps it moving as Whitman just fired it right off the draw. Solomon going to retreat. Moves it to Lemke. Lemke looking long. Found Jet Lucas, who dropped it outside to Wheeler. Returned to Lucas. Lucas on the backhand. Denied. Pardon me, that was Menexis on the backhand, who couldn't get it to go. That quick 1-2 with Wheeler. Icing waved off as Lemke gets there. Puck never made it to the goal line either. Big collision down off the boards, and another one behind the net as the Ice Falcons picking up their physicality. Off the boards, chance out front. Solomon doesn't go. Now it pops to Menexis. Across to Wheeler. Collects looking back door. It's blocked and pushed out of the zone by Urso. Lemke drops it back to Menexis at the blue. Toe drags at the red and back into the offensive zone. A little inside out dipsy doodle. How you doing, Menexis? Looking to go between the legs. It's blocked. Solomon one-timer goes wide. Mossbacher looking to Wheeler. Missed his tape. We got a delayed penalty. Backdoor look. Wheeler scores! Hat trick for Wheeler. 7-1 Hornets. Wheeler up to 13 goals in 13 games. As this is a slick feed from Lemke. Wheeler had a wide open net as that was right in his wheelhouse. All he had to do was put that on target. 7-1 for Half Hollow Hills. Leonard moves it ahead for Rayo. Rayo stretches it out for Patsalos. Patsalos out of the corner, up to the point, and off the skate of Leonard, couldn't keep it in. Out to Shaffrin now. Over the blue with a snapshot, hits the glass. Gorey trying to put it back on net. It was blocked. Shaffrin collects on the half board. It's going to roll the circle. Shaffrin cuts back down low. Bartow cuts across and will sweep it off his stick, but Shaffrin recovers it. Shaffrin with a chance. That shot's blocked. Leonard gloves it down, puts it behind the net. Turnover forced. A lot of pressure applied there by Gorey, but it's poked out now by Mossbacker, and he'll win the foot race for it. Looking back post, and Patsalos couldn't get the stick on it, but it's kept in by Leonard. Patsalos dances through, walks in back door, one-timer, they score! Mossbacker just had to touch that one upstairs, and it's 8-1 now for Half Hollow Hills. And 10:31 to go in the second period. We're going to get a goalie change here for the Ice Falcons. Thomas Primrose checking out, Jack Alvey coming in, and nothing Primrose could have done there. Faced 18 shots. Made some big saves in the process. Now Alvey will come in for the remainder of this one as Whitman comes in wide. That shot just missed. Winsky out of the zone, off the boards, and trying to put it back door. That was blocked off. Alvey lost his footing in the blue paint. Played out front, didn't make it to the net. Menachino. Little head fake, keeps going. Toe saved by Tell, and the rebound jumped over the stick of Urso. Manfredi moves it to Winsky. Winsky with numbers, shoots over the head of Alvey. Moved across to Winsky in front of his own bench. Winds for a slap shot, puts it into the zone. Foot race for it, and it's poked wide. Played back out, and Whitman's going to poke it all the way to the far blue line. Foot race for it with Rosengold. Whitman wins the battle. Plays it across to the far corner. Collected by Urso. Takes a bump. Urso stops up. Backhand sauce to the middle. And a stick lift by Lucas. Slides it to Menexis. And Menexis splits through. Creates a 2-on-0 chance with Lucas. Jet Lucas scores. One of the first shots Alvey has to see tonight. And Jet Lucas taps it in on the 2-on-0 rush from Peter Menexis. Back in, it's Wheeler. Wheeler back door. They score again. Wheeler wraps it around the net to Menexis on the back post, who one-times it in. In come East Meadow off the draw. Kicked away by Tell. Off to the back door. Chance out front, broken up by Solomon. Solomon will carry it around the net. Over the red line. That one taken away by Patsalos. Splits through two forecheckers. Patsalos over the line on a toe drag. Lost the puck. Still a chance here for Hornets. Save Alvey. Backhand try. It's blocked. Patsalos spinning pass to the front. Alvey with another save. High slot Fazio. Block shot there. Kicking out that left leg was Llewellyn. Sacrificing the body. Out come East Meadow. Stretch pass for Shaffrin. Ramps up the stick and goes into the zone. First forechecker going to be Cruz. Solomon stops behind his own net. Moves it to Patsalos. Patsalos back to his own zone. And now over the blue line. Attacking offensively. Patsalos to the backhand. And he puts it out of play. Left of Jack Alvey for the faceoff. One back to Winsky. He'll shoot from the half board. Save made. Rebound scooped up. Stuff play denied. Leonard punches it back in. Touched up by East Meadow, so it won't be a hand pass. Bartow stops it at the red and swings it across. Winsky drops it through the skates around Menachino. Puts it towards the net. Alvey will stop him up. Winsky recollects. Circles it to the corner. Collision at the hash marks. Still with half hollow. Initial pass blocked. Now it pops to Winsky. His backhand try. Blocked again. Goes out of play. Flipped out by East Meadow. Wysocki back to get it first. He'll stop up behind the net, moves it to Rayo. Rayo to Wysocki. Lost it in the feet. And now we'll leave it for Wheeler. Wheeler starts to go. Wheeler already on 3 goals tonight. Continuing win wide. Takes it behind the net. Now out front. Shovel shot. Save made, Alvey. Wheeler with a hat trick, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Peter Menexis, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points tonight. Played out front for half hollow. Nothing there as intercepting the pass was Max Shaffrin. Shaffrin, a lot of speed. Coming in, poked away Wysocki. He'll drop it back to the slot. Fazio will break it up. Knocked out of the air by Rayo. Llewellyn trying to flip it ahead. Rayo knocks it down. Breakaway chance for him. Backhand. He scores. And Adrian Rayo, in his first career varsity game, gets his first career varsity goal. Congratulations to Adrian Rayo. Knocked that puck down, created a breakaway chance for himself, and in his first varsity game, gets that first varsity tally. That puck will look sweet on the mantle, my friend. To Shaffrin, turns, fires, Tell with a toe stop, just got it with the skate. What a shot there from Shaffrin. Lemke across to Lucas, touches it over to Solomon. It's fired out of play inadvertently. Lucas across through the seam. One-timer. Missed the net. Lemke down low for Menexis. That was Patsalos let that one-timer fly. Patsalos up to Solomon. Solomon weaves through. Off on the backhand. Menachino defends. Solomon behind the net. Now to the slot, blocked. Still Solomon. Reverses it around. Final 5 minutes of the second period. It's Jet Lucas up for Lemke. Over to Solomon. Tries to move with the blue, poked away by Cruz. Solomon will keep the line though. Comes all the way around the wall for Lemke. That chance is blocked. If the Falcons clear, they can have a breakaway here. Lucas battles to keep it in the zone. Now Menexis working to keep it in. Working hard to clear was Colin Gorey. He did, but it's the Hornets who take possession right back. Solomon over the blue line. Solomon off on the backhand, denied by Alvey, and he covers it up. Shot from the top of the circle went wide. Out come the Ice Falcons. It's Urso. Urso to the net. Glove saved by Tell. Keeps the puck moving as he drops it for Leonard. Out come the Hornets once again. Shot there, blocked. Drop back to Bartos, taken away by the Ice Falcons. Out comes Phillips. Phillips drops it off. Whitman opens up and shoots. Tell with the save. Rebound squirts out to the boards. Phillips and Manfredi come together right in front of myself and Rowan. Mossbacker picks it up over the blue, carries in wide. Continues to lap around. Now that shot gets blocked, and it's cleared all the way down by East Meadow, icing the call. Hornets with a sizable advantage here in the second period at the Clark Gillies Arena, old rink at Dix Hills Park. Travis Quigley here on the call. Rowan Loddick on the camera tonight. Solo game in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League this evening. So we inch closer to the playoffs. We've got the play-in round Sunday, February 1st. It's almost the most exciting time of the year as that shot held by Alvey. And he'll take another whistle. That shot hits the glass. Hornets on the keep-in. To the high slot. Wheeler's attempt blocked. Puck will be dumped back in by Wysocki. Half-hollow tag up and get on the forecheck again. A long flip pass to Schaffer, and he got a touch on it, so it won't be an icing. Wysocki collects and takes it behind the cage. Looking middle for Rayo. Rayo just lost his footing. A turning look is blocked by Wysocki, and Fazio will stretch it to Wheeler. Wheeler carrying wide. A wrist shot off target. Chipped ahead for Shaffrin. Shaffrin one-on-one with Rosengold. Shaffrin, nice move to the backhand. Takes the shot. Tell with the save. Puck moved to Wheeler, goes across to Fazio. Broken up, Menachino. Menachino on the dump in. He'll continue and be the first forechecker. Gets to the puck. Menachino, wrap try. Couldn't hook it around enough. As it's pushed out of the zone by the Hornets, right back in. Wysocki will settle it down. Looking long to Wheeler. Wheeler collects, cuts middle, but it's broken up. He'll recover, trying to drop it through the legs, lost it. Pass to Shaffrin off the forehand. He'll race after it with Rosengold. Rosengold got a hack. Shaffrin will take possession though. Shaffrin rolling. 2 defenders on. Still Shaffrin with it. Shaffrin trying to get a shot. There's Rayo on him tight. Shaffrin still looking for some space. Rayo trying to clear now. Kept in. That shot goes wide. Off the stick of Colin Gorey. Menexis out of the zone with Wheeler 2-on-2. Menexis splits the defenders, lost his stick in the process, so he won't be able to get a shot off, but Patsalos off the bench will collect, and the backhand try goes over the net as we enter the final minute of period number 2. Icing going to be called here on East Meadow, 52 seconds remaining. Look at the standings right now. You got 4 teams still in the hunt for the play-in in the Varsity Conference 2. POBIT, RVC, WSP, and Oceanside, all within 3 points of each other in the 1 to 4 grouping. VC1 standings pretty tight as well, as really don't have any seeds locked up just yet. As it comes back to Lemke, his shot goes wide. East Meadow still with 5 games to play after tonight as they clear the zone. Hornets still another 4. Whitman going to get a breakaway here with a chance. Whitman couldn't get a shot off. Solomon got a piece on the back check. Whitman read that puck perfectly, caught everyone napping as he was the only one on his horse to catch up to that one. Going the other way, Menexis banks it in from behind the net. And another one on the board here for Peter Menexis in period number 2. And that's the hat trick goal for Menexis, matching Jonathan Wheeler. Whitman carries in over the blue with a quick wrist shot save. Rebound still there. Lemke swats it away. And that does it for the middle period. Hornets up big here in the second. We head to break with 15 minutes to go here on the LI Sports Network. Third period's a go here on the LI Sports Network. Schafferin trying to walk it in, just knocked off the stick as he was looking to get the wrist shot through. That chance broken up, and the Hornets are going to be in offside as Manfredi was racing through. Just ahead of the play was Pat Salos, and we'll have the face-off in front of the Ice Falcons bench. Face-off one back, and a quick D-to-D look back over the line. Chance here, save made on Solomon by Alvey. It's Pat Salos. Knocked off the stick. Menachino lost it in his feet. Gets it right back, though, on the dish from Cruz. Menachino over the blue. Quick head fake. Trying to take it to the cage. Walks it around. That pass is blocked by Lemke. Now to Solomon. Solomon to Pat Salos. 3-on-1. Pat Salos to Manfredi. Manfredi to the backhand. He scores. Manfredi gets his second of the night. Got a feel for these Ice Falcons. Short bench compared to the Hornets. And it's just got to a point in this contest where the Hornets, due to the numbers, able to just outskate them. Look for Rayo out front. One-timer from Leonard at the point went wide. Phillips looks to chip it out. It's poked back to the corner for Whitman. Whitman, nice play off the wall, little self-chip, and now has some room to skate. Whitman throws it across ice, looking to Urso. Urso had it knocked away from him, and back out come Half Hollow. Back to Whitman on a quick up from Menachino. Whitman's going to dump it in, came off a skate as Bartow was in that lane. Back to neutral ice. Menachino, quick up. Taking away Rayo. Rayo trying to slide it through. Stolen. As on the back check was Urso. Intercepts and rips it around for Whitman. Came off his tape. Bartow looking D to D. A little bit out of reach, though, and that allows Menachino to jump it, but couldn't poke it all the way in. Mossbacker rolls back at the red line and now carries into the zone. Mossbacker splitting through a couple, but shot it wide. It'll skip all the way around out to the neutral zone. Whitman pokes it past Bartow. Rosengold's there and plays it back to Bartow. Eli Bartow looking long with the pass. Didn't find a home. Icing going to be called on the play. Quick shot right off the draw and a glove save made. Daniel DiPaolo in the net now for the Hornets. Wheeler drops it off. Glove stop. Alvey on Solomon. What a beautiful save. Take another look at that one. Nice move by Wheeler on the zone entry. Drops it off to the trailing Solomon. Alvey pushes out and read it the whole way through. Wheeler looking back door for Solomon. Hits the side of the net. Solomon on a wraparound. Stuffed up there. Schafferin driving wide. with a lot of pace. Schafferin on the backhand. Pops up in the air. Didn't go. Schafferin, the lone goal scorer so far for the Falcons tonight. Wheeler cuts in. Wheeler, that'll hit the outside of the cage. Taken by Solomon. Rolls up into the slot. Pad save. Rebound. Jet Lucas taps it in. That's the hat trick goal for Jet Lucas. It's with half hollow. Winsky has the puck, takes it around his own net. There's a little over 11 minutes remaining in this contest. Comes into the zone, a quick D-to-D pass, and Menachino's out. Looking middle with it, and intercepting is Patsalos. Petros Patsalos trying to find a lane. Takes it to the wall, swept off the twig. Whitman knocks that one out of the air. Played across, nobody home. Lemke will jump it. Lemke cuts in. Swept away by Whitman, but Patsalos there to help. Patsalos drags. Off on the backhand. Forehand scores. Patsalos gets his second of the night. Hornets will win the faceoff. Wheeler cutting in. Collision right in front of us as the Ice Falcons clear it back out. Moved ahead for Solomon. He was offside. Schafferin going forward right off the draw. Stops up upon entering the zone. Has it swept off his stick. And back ahead comes Patsalos. Patsalos opens up and throws it deep. Looking for Menexis on the far side. Menexis scoops it back. Menexis opens up. Looking out front for Patsalos. Jumped off his stick. Lemke on the keep-in down low for Menexis. Menexis will stop up. Looking for the lane. Nothing there at first. Now across to Patsalos. Patsalos rips it around to Menexis. Menexis back around for Patsalos. And Patsalos comes back around one more time. This one's going to be broken up now, but Patsalos gets it back. Fires it back to the corner. It's Menexis. A lot of pressure on from Maya. One-on-one, Maya tries to wrap it out, hits the dasher, and Menexis will walk out and shoot. Save made, Alvey. Jet Lucas with it. Takes it to the corner, now hits Menexis for the one-timer, and it's blocked by Menachino. Ice Falcons clear the zone. Menexis has to wait for Lucas, now can carry it in. Menexis splits through the two defenders off to his backhand, and he scores. Ice Falcons win it. Gorey carries in. His pass got blocked. It pops to Schaffer, and his one-time try is stopped by DePaulo. Over to Mossbacker. Mossbacker. Shot blocked. Goes out of play. One back to the point. Slap shot. Kick save by Alvey. Mossbacker cycles it around. Menachino looking to skate it out himself. He does. Menachino beats another defender. Now gets it to Schafferin. Schafferin lost his footing getting over the line. Unfortunate there for Max Schafferin. As it's back in for half hollow around the net. Cruz. Gets the stick lifted by Mossbacker. Walks off the line, and he scores. Ice Falcons in. Phillips fans on the shot and then loses his footing trying to get the second one through. Out comes Solomon, moves it to Lucas. Lucas for Solomon, redirected wide. Solomon again off on the backhand. He'll fire, save made, rebound on Wheeler, stopped up again. Wheeler to Leonard. Leonard opens up and shoots. That's blocked and ends up going over the net. Phillips looks to clear. He does. Gets it to Whitman in the middle of the ice. Whitman stops up, cuts back, shoots. He scores! Harry Whitman with a bullet of a wrister, and he's going to get his first varsity goal. Stopped up to create some space just upon entering. And as soon as he stepped over the line, he let it fly. So much heat behind it, he knocked Apollo's stick out of his hands. And Whitman collects his first goal of the season. Chipped in, Rosengold back to collect, 6:30 to go. Quick pass. And comes back to Patsalos, who collected from Menexis. Patsalos in wide. Takes it to the net, and a wrister hits the outside of the cage. Miko Meyer going to skate this out. Slides it to Whitman. Whitman going to cut to the middle. Whitman steps in, looks for a shot again. That goes off a stick and into the netting, out of play. Mossbacker, Wheeler, Menexis, and Lucas all credited with hat tricks here tonight. Adrian Rayo got his first career varsity goal. Solomon trying to go inside out, knocked away by Rayo to Mossbacker. Mossbacker stuck up on the side of the net. Looking for a lane, hits Solomon. Solomon's shot blocked. Ice Falcons will clear. Menachino sending it 200 feet. Icing called. One back to Lemke. Lemke throws it around down deep for Solomon. Solomon out of the corner on his backhand. Save made. Rebound swept away by Maya. Swung to Rayo. Final 5 minutes. Here at Clark Gillies Arena, that shot gets blocked. A high flip is going to be kept in, spun back at the net by Cruz, and it's blocked once more. Moved ahead for Solomon. Solomon dangles through. Nice move. Solomon can't get a shot off. Lost the handle. Delayed offside on Half Hollow Hills. Solomon with 6 assists tonight, which matches what he had coming into the game. He came into tonight, no goals, 6 assists on the season, and he has 6 apples here in this one. A lot of pace from Maya here. Maya's in, shoots, hits the post. Another chance here to Paulo save. Rebound pushed away by Lemke. Mossbacher skates it out. Mossbacher flips it on goal. Alvey puts it aside and then goes to the corner with the puck. Schaffer going to skate out. And with a wrist shot, kick save. Rebound blocked. That one flipped on goal again. DePaulo with the stop. Taken away, Menachino from Leonard. And Menachino's going to skate in. That shot took a deflection. First on it is Cruz. Cruz trying to settle things down. Broken up there. Bartow now. Going to skate things out. Saucing it ahead for Menexis. Menexis to Manfredi. Swiped away by Llewellyn. Comes back to Manfredi. Manfredi enters wide. Manfredi stops up. Poke check Menachino. Menachino to Schafrin. Schafrin cutting middle. Knocked away by Jet Lucas. 2.5 remaining. Pass to Manfredi, goes under his skates. My apologies. Thought there was only one Varsity Conference 1 game tonight. There was actually another one earlier on. Belmore Merrick and Valley Stream, and Belmore Merrick picked up the win there. As a one-time chance for Leonard. He scores. Matt Leonard going to collect his first of the season. So as mentioned, Belmore Merrick picked up a win over Valley Stream tonight, and that's going to help the Half Hollow Hills Hornets out in the standings in the Varsity Conference 1, as they're currently a game at hand at Valley Stream, are going to be 2 points in front of them after this final buzzer goes. As Solomon driving in, Solomon with a snapshot, he scores. Solomon, another player that gets his first of this season in this one. Into the zone, Ice Falcons. Minute 30 to go. Trying to get a shot through here. Just continued battle out in the slot. Now it's sticked away by DePaulo. That hits the side of the net. One-timer goes wide. Hills is going to get called for too many on the ice, and East Meadow will go on the power play. That shot goes out of play right as we enter the final minute. It's flipped in by Half Hollow Hills with just 30 seconds to go. Maya holding it. Sending it long, knocked down, and pops to Menachino. Menachino cutting in, knocked off his stick, and sent back out by the Hornets. Whitman will dump it in. Manfredi holds it. And with just 5 seconds left, that will do it for the remainder of tonight. Half Hollow Hills gonna pick up a big win in this one. And they secure victory here over East Meadow. Picking up a crucial win, moving them up to 11 points. Keeping a firm spot and firm hold on that number 5 seed. Keeping them out of the play-in. East Meadow still with 5 games to go. Looking to pick up that first win of the season still. Still have a chance to catch Bethpage. But East Meadow at this stage confirmed to be in the play-in on February 1st. We don't know what seed they will have, but they will be participating in the play-in on 2-1. As mentioned, for the Ice Falcons, 5 games left in their regular season. They're back at it next Tuesday, January 20th, over at the TOB, taking on Syosset. We will have coverage of that game for you live here on the LI Sports Network. Got a couple more games for you East Meadow fans here on LISN. We'll also see you that Friday night over in Long Beach on January 23rd. So back to next 2 games for East Meadow here on the LISN airwaves. For you Hornets fans coming off this victory, which was very crucial after dropping 5 straight. We'll be back in action. Decent break here for Half Hollow. Friday, January 23rd, over at the Town of Oyster Bay Skating Center, 7 p.m. game against Belmore Merrick. That game will indeed also be live on LISN. And then we'll wrap up their season. 2 games back-to-back at the Clark Gillies. Sunday, January 25th against Manhasset. And Monday, January 26th, taking on Valley Stream, in which could end up potentially being a game where the winner will make and lock in that 5th seed, and the loser will be in that play-in. That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League. We are back with more coverage tomorrow night at the Town of Oyster Bay Skating Center. First for a Varsity Conference 2 game between Farmingdale and Garden City, and then a Varsity Conference 1 matchup between Manhasset and Long Beach. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time, spending it with us tonight. I want to thank on the camera tonight Rowan Loddick. My name is Travis Quigley. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at the Town of Oyster Bay Skating Center for the Varsity doubleheader, live and only right here on the LI Sports Network.